All right, so we're inside the laid out Lincoln. I'm here with Troy at Troy's Upholstery. I couldn't leave without letting you guys see his interior. I mean, it's beautiful. You're going to want to check it out. But what I figured we'd do a quick Q&A, questions and answers, to let other trimmers know what kind of materials other trimmers are using. So we're going to start with a little center console here. So what is this actual center console made out of?
So the outer portions of it are made out of 3/4 inch PVC.
Okay.
With MDF, 3/4 inch MDF inner structures.
All right.
And then all the top pieces are pretty much made out of 1/4 inch MDF.
All right, so that's pretty standard, and PVC was a little unique from what you told me. You had to do something outside of the normal because of the way supplies are around here.
Correct. So this area, you can buy 1/2 inch PVC sheets in a 4x8 sheet, but
okay,
you can't get them in 3/4 inch.
Okay.
And so in order to get 3/4 inch, basically I used exterior trim panels for a house.
Oh, okay, but it's still PVC.
It's still PVC.
Very nice.
The particular boards are about 9.5 inches wide by 3/4 inch thick, and just cut them, sectioned them together, and routed it out.
Pretty cool. Now, it looks like it's 100% leather. Is it 100% leather wrapped?
Actually, the console is all vinyl.
Okay, all right, very nice. So that means it's a very close match then.
Right. Yep.
And where did you get that material from?
So the leather and the vinyl that is in this car came from Coast to Coast.
Awesome. I've already done a video there, so that's great.
The carpet material came from Relicate.
Okay, all right. I know I've heard of them quite a bit.
And then the headliner material actually came from Albright's.
All right, and I've ordered for them myself as well. So onto the door panels. Did you use, what kind of stuff? Did you use like a metal substrate? Did you use the standard pressure treated cardboard? What did you use for this build?
So the base panels on the door panels are just the standard water resistant panel board.
Okay, nice. And I remember something a little different. You actually, for the water reflective shield, you ordered in, instead of sheets, you got like a whole roll of it, correct?
Correct, yeah. I found a 12-foot by 4-foot roll of the Mylar paper that's typically used in these cars.
Okay, so that's like an OEM standard. I mean, they've lasted this long. This is what, a 65?
66.
It's a 66. I wasn't too far off. So if it lasted that long, then, you know, putting the factory stuff back in there isn't a very bad idea. I'm sure it's going to work out great. And the door handles, I remember you saying that the door handles were made out of fiberglass?
Yeah, the armrests are MDF based to start with, and then the contoured section on the back of them is all fiberglass.
Okay, very nice. And I see that you did like a special, because there used to be like a bow headliner in this vehicle, but this one is definitely a one piece. It's got a nice little sew line around it. How about did you do that?
Basically, just ended up putting just a wood perimeter up mounted to the metal structure of the car. And it's just, again, just a piece of the water-resistant panel board with the material glued and sewn and screwed to that wood structure and floated to the sides.
Very nice, very nice. And the carpet is the Daytona 500, correct?
The Daytona weave carpet.
With the extra little padding on the back?
Correct.
Awesome, that's great stuff. So that means it's cut and sewed, so you had to make it for this car exactly.
Absolutely.
All right, and I'm going to let you kind of lean this way a little bit, and the dash is all handmade, hand-wrapped, correct?
It's the OEM dash, the original dash. Of course, all the cracks were repaired and fixed in it, and then just padded and closed cell and wrapped.
Awesome, very nice. And we talked about vinyl being in the center console. What threw me off, because I've seen you working with a lot of leather here. So I'm going to guess that the seats are leather then, and maybe the door panels?
Correct. The door panels are all leather, including the armrest.
So 100% leather.
100% leather on the
okay,
door panels and on the seats themselves.
All right, man, that is awesome. And I tell you what, this Lincoln is turning out beautiful. I'm going to do a couple more shots of it so you guys can get an idea, and maybe even a seat shot. The seats aren't in quite yet, but the front seats are done. And while I was working on the trunk, he was trying to finish this car up, and he's got the back seats all foamed and ready to go. So, all right, that's going to pretty much sum it up for this stop, and I appreciate you guys watching. All right, so I'm at Troy's Upholstery, and we're back on this Lincoln project. You might have seen a couple pictures in the very beginning, first time I was up in the Wilmington area, but he's actually hired me in, and I'm gonna panel this trunk out. We got our first cardboard template made. All right, so we have this all marked out. It's gonna be really simple. If you've never done a custom panel before, this video is kind of gonna be for you. So what I like to do is get a whole bunch of cardboard pieces, get them fitted in the car, and as you can see, it's multiple pieces kind of glued together, but this is the shape that I'm going for. Now I'll do a transfer onto the real cardboard. We'll cut that out and everything will be nice and clean and in one piece. Do you have any weights? No?
Specifically.
Just anything to kind of weight it down, I guess. Yeah. So it doesn't slide on me. I can use these. Oh, okay.
You can use, I mean, whatever you want.
No, that's fine. Do you not use weights when you mark out material?
Not typically. Usually that box. I use that box there.
Okay. So if you ever decide you want weights, I've always used
push it all in.
Oh, it's electric. I've always used 2.5 inch weights from, like, I'll go to a Play It Again Sports.
Yeah.
And I'll pick them up. I was at a shop here recently, and he actually went into a steel manufacturer and got raw steel, solid, thick. I don't know. I'd say it's 2 to 3 inches thick.
Yeah.
And he just had little 2-inch pieces cut off of it.
I got you.
And he had like 5 or 6 of those. But I mean, if you've been doing it that way for so long,
yeah,
you're probably not going to change at this point.
First shop I worked at, we had these. They weren't lead shot, but they were just like a shop type bag.
Okay.
And I mean, they were good, but just, I mean, most everything patterns on seats and stuff. Now, something like this, if I was doing it, I would probably trace it out and kind of rough cut it down close, and then, or I would take like the big paper clips, the big spring paper clips, and clamp it in place to mark it out.
Okay, so you've got your own method of doing it.
But I don't really weight stuff too much, other than, you know, templates on sewing.
Gotcha.
And typically those small enough that box right there just
does what you need to do.
Does what it needs for me to do.
Okay, cool. It's like I said, every shop does it slightly different, and that's kind of the best part about going around.
Yep. Everybody's got a little different way they like to do it, and
more than one way to skin a cat.
There's no one right way of doing anything in this industry.
No. Alright, so now with the slight little trim I did up in this corner, it fits like a glove, pops right in there, it's all pressure fitted. The reason why you might have to do a slight trim is because this cardboard is more dense than the other cardboard. It doesn't have as much bend as the, you know, regular packing cardboard. So once you get everything marked out, there might be a few tweaks and adjustments to get it to fit perfect, but we got this baby done, and it's now time to do the other side. All right, so I got a little ahead of myself. Obviously, we've got this nice rolled panel completed. It's made out of, I call it blonde wood, about a 1/2 inch thick. We've got the backsplash made. It was all made the same way that these templates were made, stacking cardboard together. That's what this centerpiece is for. I'm about to do the part that we're gonna carpet. This will have actually carpeting on it. I don't know if you can actually see the front of it, but it's missing here. I'll start putting the cardboard on to find all the curves to the back panel of the car, and then I'll go ahead and cut the actual real piece of wood out, and we're gonna finish this baby out. We're getting pretty close. All right. right, just a little progression shot. Check it out. One more panel to do for the floor, and then 2 little side panels, and this trunk is done. All right, so we got the laid out Lincoln trunk all finished up. You can see everything is paneled, and those back 2 corners are actually fiberglass pieces go in there. We're just kind of waiting for those to dry, but they are done. And I am done at Troy's Upholstery. He brought me in. This is my 2nd time here, so I didn't make him do a full visit. I actually came in just to panel this trunk out, and I'm all done. It's Wednesday, and I have a car show to go to, a Sundown Audio car show to go to this weekend. I'm going to check out one of his buddies while I'm in town. Hopefully, I might even throw that on this little video. We'll see how that goes, and just, you know, keep the upholstery trade going from shop to shop. But just wanted to let you see the finished result of this laid out Lincoln.